dog.
20 knots southwest. The vertical damper is working perfectly as intended.
This is the telephone for the interview.
Oh, for the interview?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, the microphone.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
do you have anything to add?
No, later.
Oh, okay.
Now.
I stop recording.
No, it's not a problem. Maybe one is for Giovanni and one for the question.
Okay, we do.
So if you have a question, use this.
Okay.
And if you...
I'm gonna do on my phone.
Sto già filmando! Andiamo.
Oh,
Go
here, wait.
there.
Here, I'll start recording again then.
No, this is for the question. And Giovanni has,
he has
another one.
Oh, okay.
For the recording, no?
Are we doing that today?
Hmm?
Okay. After this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have to get the questions ready. It's for my class.
Yeah. Abbiamo ripreso, sì, anche il lancio abbiamo ripreso. Riaccendilo.
I need to speak with someone.
Okay.
Riaccendilo.
Okay.
Riaccendi. Turn on.
Whatever. Give it to the professor.
I need the questions. They're in my bag. I have to go get.
Go.
Okay.
Because we do the interview. You said I want to interview Giovanni. This is
Turn on.
the place. Okay, go.
Turn on.
Explain what you are doing here.
It's like a 25-minute interview.
Very good. I need you more frequently. Otherwise, it's a one-man show. Only me, myself. Becomes only once a month.
Okay. It's okay.
Perfect. Allora, first of all, it's very interesting because this is on nature laboratory of the Venice Academia of the Waters. And usually I come here and give lesson on nature, swimming and understanding, transport, accretion, microbial matter, so all the habitats that are natural engineered are in this area. You can find all of them, including the vegetation, fresh water and salt water. The landscape is perfect because here there were three inlets: San Nicolò, Sant'Erasmo and Trepoli. So this means there were the peninsula of Lido down there, thank you, an island of Vignole and Forte di Sant'Andrea with the narrow, with patrolling the entrance to Venice with the chain at night to stop the enemies. Also you can monitor sea level rise because the cannon windows are now with the black line half the window. So this means if you compare with Canaletto paint, there has been at least 3 feet spread sea level rise. So a very important place. It's 17. Then we have Vignole, two fortress again, one on the left in the wood and the tower you can spot behind the tree. That was another patrolling place because that was the second entry. And then at the end you have the third inlet with the two fortresses and the fortress with the one grey and another one on that. It was perfect, but there was a problem. The sand is a problem sometimes. So here the junction produced a padellassa, a long endolls of sand that was 5 kilometers long, and in order to enter this harbor they had to take a parallel view from the south to the north nearby the beach and then make a big 180-degree turning to find the harbor. It was almost impossible, and most of the time during the storm they lost the special transport, the species, the spice. Spice means special in Veneziano. So these transports were very rich and they could not afford to lose everything. And so they said, what we can do? They started to engineer the entrance in 1350 with the first experiment, they did an analogical modeling, and they said, as the wool is covered by branch of cardo in English is a special flower, very dry with roots, we can comb the sand with the cardo. And so they decided to narrow the flow of the inlet, installing what we call now growing breakwater that can make force the tide to flow in a narrow passage. And they started experimenting in the year 1350. So after 150 years, in 1500, Sabadino went through this paper and tried to monitor the impact, and saw that they were very effective. And so from wood growing, they went into stones. The growing was just perpendicular from that point to this point. So this island is just the very point in which they put the light tower of the first growing of 1350. You can see it's not magic. We are at the top of the first hydraulic experiment ever in 1350. Geological, you can find some has not been excavated yet, but geometrical. Why? Because they thought that the river from the crossing this other channel was using a circulation. And so here was very dangerous. At the end, by trial and error, they said, in order to have a great harbor, we need a great lagoon. So downsize of the water, the size of the lagoon is in harmony, volume of the tidal frisbee is in harmony with the flow, with the velocity and the inlet. And so the bigger basin, the stronger till a certain delay, because the tide is not infinite velocity, it takes 3 hours. So if the delay of the inner part is less than 3 hours, you have an increasing velocity. At that point, if it's more than 3 hours, as it is the case in the Northern Lagoon, you have a counterflow that is not contributing to increase the incoming water. So that is perfect. And it was a science that started by trial in 1350. It was then reaffirmed, they made a stone, and then at the end, in 1900, they decided to make a 4 kilometer long inlet breakwater. That one from the fortress to the very end of the sea, and this other to the north.
All that weight.
All the way. Because of the littoral transport is counterclockwise, I can look in the sand, it's very nice. So, the upper Adriatic lagoon, the free inlet, okay? So this is the body of the lagoon, something like this. And then they made this breakwater, because here there were 3 channels, and to enter this harbor there was shoals that went down like this, almost impossible. This is Venice.
The current is this way. The current is this way.
The current in the upper Adriatic, this is Croatia, let's say, it is like this, because the dominant wind is this way, and also the motion of the tide is antinomic point 0. So what happens? The river are bringing sediment here, tagliamento, piave, so here there was a piling up of sand till the top. Now the sand is entering again, because this took 1 century. So at least 1 kilometer, 10 meters per year, and now the sand is entering, and they go on top of the barrier, causing the problem for maintenance, because more than 100,000 cubic meters each year has to be dredged from the barrier. This sand is nourishing the pool again, and this sand is contributing to an the sea. So this is the delta, but the delta we are going to visit today is opposite because it's not driven by freshwater sediment, but from sandy sediment from the sea.
Where are we
So
right now?
at the end, good question. So this is the accretion, and this is the canal. This is entering to Venice. We are just here. There are three channels, 1, 2, and 3. No, this is Venice. So we are in between this and this in this location.
So this sand is what you're talking about. The sand that we have right here is what is forming there.
Okay, let's make a zoom of the area because it's nice. So we have 3. This is a little. The second entrance and the third entrance and the littoral. So this was the original morphology. Because of this inflow of sand, here it was very difficult to enter. Because there was here a big shoals.
Shows are
Could not
sandbars.
cross. So you had to enter this way. To go to Venice, that is here. So they started testing at Garzinam this system of wood pole. And they saw that this was able to breach away this one, this shore that was called Endol, Padelassa, the handle of the pot. And the Fuosa, this is the deep water, increased 1350. And so they said, if this is working, much better would be to do this. And this is the present situation. And then we wanted to make a barrier. Here the water is 6 meters, here is 12 meters. We cannot make a homogeneous barrier. And so we made an island in order to have 2 barriers.
That's that island there.
Yeah.
The island, that is the first one, the 2 buildings. You see the 2 buildings? One is here and the other is here. And another 2 buildings on the opposite side. We are gonna visit quickly. So, this was a littoral, a beach with horticulture, Sant'Erasmo. You visited the Quarantine Island because that was the first island entering in the past. This one, the Lazzaretto you visited yesterday. The first island. But now, this is not the littoral. What is now? An island. So the metamorphosis of 5 kilometers long land beach. Now it's a poor island inside. Lost the beauty. So maybe if you do an environmental impact, you don't want that littoral become an island. But fortunately, in that age, they were free to do whatever they wanted. It's not finished because with the barrier, we can control the height of the water and overtopping of waves. This makes the vegetation much more stable. And so what's happening now? Here, because of the island, there is a circulation in which during the summer sediment can be deposited. And because this barrier keeps the water low, you can see it's very shallow, means that the black line has never exceeded during the summer. The tide is together so that vegetation is safe and can grow. In winter, the black line, the mean high tide, will move from that to that, but never go on top because the barrier will be closed to protect Venice. The littoral is an island, and here is building up. That's it. Because of these processes.
Giovanni, did the modeling show this before or did you discover it after?
This was discovered after because the professor from the university said, no, you cannot build the barrier with an island because here will be eroded. Completely wrong, 100% wrong. But because they did not a good the morphodynamical modeling. They just wanted to say something against, because if you say something against, in the short term, you have more credibility and more impact. So if you want to be famous, start speaking with another colleague and you become an international expert, and the second day do the most severe criticism to the work that is occurring in the opposite side. And immediately the newspaper will come to you and interview you because they want to make a drama. To sell. That's it. This is the trick. If you do that, in 1 week you become an international expert. With a lot of visibility in the main magazine. Because the people is they do not fact check. So do this and become famous and join me and correspond with me. To your place. You come and say, oh, this is bad. You don't know that this can be destroyed. Because you see a nice island, but because of this island, you block the lagoon, the barrier. There is anoxia there, the fish are dying. It's enough.
Is there anywhere else where islands have formed that they weren't expecting?
What?
Is there anywhere else that islands have formed that wasn't expected?
No, that the nesting, the birds are more safe.
The one over there.
Also here, because this, if it not was for the holiday maker, here would be a much more crowded community. Unfortunately, this is organized by humans. Stay if people come with dogs, dogs. So that is the problem. But of course, this is useful for the community because the people the job come and then swim here. Just 20 minutes from the city.
Has the increase on the island, like year over year, been measured? How much is the increase?
Which one?
This one.
Oh, yes, I measure it because with the guide, you see, I have many pictures, also from Copernicus, you can get aerial photography, and it is expanding because in the beginning it was 220 meters, now it's 400, and at low tide you can see that area. It's the sand entering, so its shape change during the season. When there is a strong current, the sediment moves and make that peninsula. So that speed for sure will enter. Let's go and see that because it's interesting. This is, look at the habitat. Do you know what is the white? It's not the foam, it's that foam, it's not the detergent. That is extra polymeric substances produced by the microbial mat that lives here. So is this glue make the soil very resistant. Because of the splashing of waves, the stirring of waves, the polysaccharide, the sugar produced by the microbe, make surface tension lower, and so you have bubbles. That's why it behaves like a detergent. But if you touch it, it's not white. White it is because of the bubble. If you take it in your finger, it's dark. It's organic matter, you see? It's very dark. This is concime, come si dice?
Compost.
This is a good compost. In fact, in a fish farm, the old guy mimicked nature. He went like me to touch that and found that that was the dirty of the water, organic excess. He said, if I reproduce the effect of wind and shaking, I can remove from my water this compost, this excess of nutrients. And he did very interesting and mad. He did a row of air jet, like the one in the aquariums. With solar energy, he pumped the air, make a swarm of bubbles. These bubbles are entraining on this, and here you have big foam. On top of this, he put a cage with a nest, so this bubble rising up, then dry and fall into the plate, and then are collected through a pipe and transformed into fertilizer. And so that area is very interesting because there are a lot of big clumps that are nourished by this. and the water is moved all around the fish farm, extensive fish farming, and also with less risk of anoxia. Very brilliant. So if you come to Venice, we can play with all these games because we can build our own flushing system, and also in the place in which we will have this ocean, we can install a grid with sand. On top of the sand, we can put the seed of the plant and make moisture cultivation. There you have a lot of nutrients and the flow water suitable habitat of
But this is nothing new for wetlands. It's just new here, right? Because you see this in wetlands all the time. You see the bubbles.
Yes, but you don't care. It's the white waters.
Yeah.
You have in Mississippi, in every river,
Yeah,
in the density current, they form because at the interface there is an accumulation of bubbles. So here we are on the lee, on the peninsula of the current, the sand enters. So the sand is entering from there, this side. You can see the shape, the morphology from the current exactly, because this is a contour line of mean high tide. You see the shape. So this means that the current, you can see the ripples. The sediment is mainly sediment transport, made with ripples, used by long ripples by the tide going that side, and the delta then is propagating this way. If you go here, the sand will be very soft. Why it will be soft?
It's the lightest sand.
Is this like the most recently deposited?
I'm
Here
guessing.
it's been compacted by the wave. Here is very soft. Like here. This one is the new one. Look at this. Because this is a new, it's not compacted. And come there and see what the wave can do. Here is the compaction due to the much and wave, much harder. You see the sand is changing behavior. And this is huge. When I was here at low tide, like now, this was like here. Now it's almost there. So, if
So it's
we,
expanding.
for instance, today it would be nice to put a high water mark. If you have sticks here and there and there and there, and then come next year and see how much it grows. Or and some data. But I like to go to the field with that. It will take 2 or 3 hours to download.
So let me know
Let's
if you
let's
need,
walk along the boundary so we'll do
if you need any interpretation.
This is your last high water. If you check the time, you can tell this is the tide every hour, every minute. So this one is the maximum tide, the last high tide.
Which could have been this morning, right?
This one.
Yeah.
What are these? Wind or wave? No, current or wave driven dune. This is a dune field, you see. Why? Is it symmetric or not? If you do a cross section, they are like this. I have to go this side. They are stiff and mild. What means this? That they are progressing this way. Because the sand are bouncing and they are falling down. And so this is a moving shape that is coming here.
So what do you say is causing this?
This is a so strong when it goes down. But when it comes in, so sediment reservoir.
So which is behind everything that we're talking about. Disappearing and also the critique of the Moses project.
Okay. What is this? If we do a cross section, this is more like this. What is this? Wave-driven sand. Because here it's shallow, so the wave of the motorboat enters from here. So it's a wave and a current all together. It's more symmetrical.
Do you know where these, like, the microwave mats you were talking about?
Qui si prendono le campe lunghe così, campane qualcuno, dai. Ma non hai un po' di sale? La strada è He will explain the biota.
Questi sono un chiaro quello.
This is come si chiama? Razor clam, very tasteful. This is a razor clam. He knows very well because he does his living also catching. And you can take that with a small
Si riescono,
È tipo un 8.
si riescono a tirare fuori solo col sale?
Allora adesso per te
Sì.
adesso vedo.
Dai.
Ecco, qua lo devo trovare. Qua si pesca qualcosa.
Vedi, proviamo. Questo è tutto per terra.
Cosa hai trovato? Il sale? Dai, now he will found by chance some salt because this is the way to catch that.
Allora,
Don't move. He has to be disturbed by the salt, so he will come up, try to escape, and he will catch it if we are lucky. You see, something is moving. Don't go so close, otherwise you can get suspicious. Okay, look at that. You see the quotes? The
l'ha
side-
spurgato.
Eh?
L'ha spurgato.
Mettene di più.
Non ne ho
dai.
più, l'ho trovato per terra, Giovanni.
Al solito. Sta spurgando.
Aspetta, ma guarda che ti vede,
Ti vedi?
sì.
This is smart. But with 1 kilo of salt, you can get 5 kilos. So it's cool, but you need day and no time.
Vedi che sta spurgando.
Allora ci dici come si riconoscono i segni? Ah, ok.
E quelli tondi grandi? Quelli...
Sono veri.
Perché questo non va bene? Perché
non è
adesso ti
nessuno.
dico io, questa va bene?
Sì.
Questo?
No.
Allora, questa sì, yes, this is no. This
Like
is
it
yes,
be.
yes,
The shape
no,
is
yes,
like this.
yes, yes
Sì.
or no?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sì.
yes, no, yes. Allora, let's see. So, yes,
Sì.
okay, let's go together so I can become smarter. Yes, no, yes or no?
It's possible, but
Go
I'm
and
not
buy
sure.
1 kilo of salt immediately because I got at least 20 in just few minutes.
Secca anche.
Okay. But how deep? Now take this so back because these are really good. Good to take. 1, 2, 3, 5. How deep they are? Try to dig out. Very deep, eh? They can go 30 centimeters down. And you break it. Look at it, it's smart, the guy. You will not find it. It's on the viral. How do you do it? I'm curious about this.
No, non la
Perché
perché magari è laterale, cioè potrebbe essere anche laterale.
tricks. Go horizontally this way. We need
It's running.
of course it's totally illegal, we destroy the habitat. Va bene, dai. So it's a big challenge. Okay. So you see,
With the soul is more
you need to not to do this. Don't do this. You have to take the sword and be patient. You have to do
Sulla
what
marea si copre tutto.
This is something very bad. Va bene, allora recuperiamo tutto, lasciamo sulla